Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful Bubu crop top with a pant short. If this is a video you're interested in, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Now let's get right into drafting and making of this beautiful outfit. Please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. If you don't understand any part of the video, please leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be sure to reply. Now let's get right into drafting and making these outfits. For this outfit, I made use of 3 yards of Ankara fabric. If you're on the bigger side, you can use more than 3 yards, but for me, I use 3 yards of Ankara fabric. I'll go ahead now and fold the fabric twice. I folded once, then folded again. So I'll go ahead now to cut out my neckline, to mark out my neckline. I'll be using a neck width of 3.5 inches and I'll be using a neck depth of 3.5 inches. If you want it snug like on the thumbnail, you can go with a neck width of 2.5 and a neck depth of 3 inches. But for me, I don't want it too tight. I want my neckline actually free. So I'll be using 3.5 inches for both my neck width and my neck depth. After marking, the next step is for me to carve out my neckline. I proceeded to doing that after marking my neck width and my neck depth. After marking, I went ahead to curve both the front and the back neckline. After curving, I'll be using my bust point measurement to get my sleeves and to mark where I'll be curving out my sleeves. So right now, I'll place the tape measure on the starting line and I'll mark just from that place. I'll mark 11.5 inches. That's my bust point. I'll be marking that measurement. Whatever your bust point is, please use that measurement so you can have allowance for your sleeves. So I marked 11.5 and I went ahead to straighten out the line. The next step is to mark my waist measurement, which is 16 inches, and the length of the crop top, which is 22 inches. The 22 inches is included with the hemming allowance, so I went ahead to just connect a straight line. Now I'll be imputing my measurements. I'll go to my waistline, impute my measurement. My waistline is 38 divided by 4. That will give me 9.5. So I'll mark that 9.5 and I'll mark extra 2 inches because I don't want it too tight. I want it free. So I'll be marking 2 inches extra. Now that measurement that I marked on my waistline, I'm going to mark it on my hem. But I'll be removing 1 inch from that mark. So I'll be marking it on my hem. So after that, I'll come down by 1 inch from the sleeve line. So I'll just be curving my sleeves using my curve ruler. Please, if you don't understand any part of this video, please you can pause it and rewatch just to know how I went about curving my sleeves. I've gone ahead to cover out my sleeves. After that, we are done with the front pattern. I'll just connect the lines now. We are done with both the front and the back pattern. So right now I'll cut out the pattern so that I'll be able to adjust the neckline and create a zipper for the back. The next step now is to cut out the pattern just as shown in the video. Take your time in cutting out your pattern. Don't make a mistake cutting out your pattern. So after cutting out, I'll open it up just as shown in the video and I'll be adjusting the neckline. So I'll proceed to folding the front neckline and the back neckline. So I'll adjust the front neckline. I'll be cutting it and I'll be slitting the back open for the zipper allowance. This Bubu crop top is a very easy tutorial, very fun, easy outfit to make. So I'll go ahead now, proceed. After laying it out, I'll just be showing you how I'm going to go about sewing it and joining it together. First of all, you're going to hem the sleeves, but before that, we'll go ahead to drafting the pant trouser, the shorts. So right now, I've placed my fabric on fold and I'll be marking my starting line. I'll be using 4 inches for my band. So I just place my tape measure at the starting line and I'll be marking from my waist to my hip. Waist to my hip, I use 13 inches. I used 13 inches from my waist to my hip. Then from my waist to my crotch, I marked 17 inches. I want it to be a high waist short pants. I want it directly on my waist. So that's why I marked 13 inches and I marked 17 inches for my crotch. So after marking, I extended the lines So right now I'll go to my starting line and I'll mark my length. The length of the short is 25 inches including hemming allowance. So I mark the 25 inches and I'll just be connecting it to a straight line. After marking the length, the next step is to mark our crotch. For my crotch, my hip is 44 inches divided by 4. That will give me 11 inches. 11 inches divided by 4 again. That will give me 2.75. But I'll be marking 3 inches for my crotch because I really want it free. I don't want my crotch too tight. I want to be able to bend over. So that's why I'm using 3 inches for my crotch. So I'll go ahead and mark the 3 inches for my crotch and I'll curve out the line from the crotch to my hip. Please, if you don't understand any part of the video, you can pause it and rewatch. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. I'll be sure to reply. So I'll be marking my hip measurement on both my waistline and on my hip line. That's 11 inches. But I'll be adding 1 inch of sewing allowance. That's 12 inches. So I marked that 12 inches on both my hip line and my waistline. But on my waistline, I went inwards by 1 inch just to create a curve from the waist to the hip. So I'll go ahead now and do that and just connect a straight line. After creating the curve from the waist to the hip, the next step is to proceed to marking the crotch to the length. So I'll proceed to doing that now. I'll just go ahead and curve my crotch, and after curving my crotch, I'll use the measurement on my crotch on my length, but I'll be removing 1 inch from the length. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to do, but just watch the video. The measurement I have on my crotch, I went ahead to mark the measurement on my length, but I removed 1 inch from the measurement. So I'll just proceed to curving it just as shown. I'll connect with a straight line just as shown. And with that, we are done with the front pattern of the shorts. Now I'll proceed to cutting out the pattern of the short. If you have watched my video to this point, please give this video a like so that YouTube can push out my content and so that other people can learn from me as well. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply. Now that we are done cutting out the front pattern, I'll proceed next to placing the front pattern on the back pattern. So I'll proceed to putting the front on the back pattern. So I'll be making a little adjustment to the crotch. I'll be extending my back crotch by 3.5 inches and I'll be backing 2 inches of sewing allowance at the back. I added 3.5 inches for my back crotch so that my butt will be able to sit well on the outfit, and also marked 2 inches so that it's able to accommodate my butt. So right now I'm just connecting a straight line to meet the crotch line, and I'll be adjusting the waist to the hip as well, and I'll be covering my crotch just as shown for the back. And after that, we are done with the back pattern. After covering out the crotch, I'll proceed to cutting out the back pattern from the front pattern. If you don't understand what I'm doing, please just watch the video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. So right now, we'll proceed to cutting out the pattern just as shown in the video. After cutting out the front and the back pattern for the short, the next step is to cutting out the band. For my band, I'll be making use of 33 inches wide on fold, and I'll be making use of 6 inches for the width. For the rope, I'll be making use of 33 inches, and I'll make use of 3 inches for the width as well. So right now, I've gone ahead to cut that out. So this is the rope and this is the band as well. So after cutting out this pattern, I'll proceed to joining the pant trouser and the top together. So right now I'll proceed with the top first. We'll start with the bubu top. First step is to sew the interfacing of the neckline. I'll proceed to attaching an interface for the neckline, and after joining the interface, I'll give it a good press and I'll come back and show you how it turned out. I've gone ahead to do that off camera. The next step is to hem my sleeves. After hemming my sleeves, I'll be joining the the side seams together. And after joining the side seams, I'll be attaching a zipper to the Bubu Crop top. For this pattern, there's no shoulder joining. It's a free top. It's a very free top, but I added zipper allowance for the back so that it will be easy for me to put it on. Please attach a zipper to yours, otherwise you will be able to fit through the head. So I've gone ahead to do that. It came out really looking nice. I'll go ahead and give it a good press, And with that, we are done with the crop top bubu. So I'll proceed to the pants, to the short pants now. First step, I'll be marking out pockets for my front pattern. I'll be using a width of 2.5 inches, and I'll be using a length of 7 inches for my short pants for the pockets. I'll proceed to doing that, and I'll also be marking out the pocket placement as well. After marking out my pocket, the next step is for me to cut out my pocket. I'll proceed to doing that now. Please make sure that your measurements are accurate before cutting out your pocket. So after cutting out the pocket, I'll go ahead and place extra fabric, and I'll be marking out my pockets. I'll be marking 8 inches wide and 10.5 inches long for my pocket. You can do yours deeper than that depending on how deep you want your pocket to be. So right now I'll be showing you how to place your pocket. I'll go ahead and run a stitch at the side of the pockets just to show. Yeah, I'll be running a stitch there, and I'll be attaching the other part of the pocket. I've gone ahead to do one side. Here I'm just showing you how I place the fabric to be able to sew the pockets, the right sides facing each other. So I'll go ahead and just show you how to sew down the pocket. And with that, we are done with sewing out the pockets. After sewing down the pockets, the next step is for you to join both the front and the back pattern together. I'll proceed to joining the sides together, and I'll be joining the crotch down to the length together. I've gone ahead to do that off camera. So after that, the next step now is I'm showing you how to place the band. So I'll be placing the band on the shorts just as shown. I'll be folding it in just as shown. I've gone ahead to do that. The next step is to insert the elastic band. I inserted my elastic band inside the band. Here I'm just showing the process of inserting the elastic band. My waistline is 38, but I cut out elastic band of 21 inches, and it was okay. It fitted. I wanted my pant trouser very, like the band very snug, so I used 21 inches for my elastic band. So we are done with that. So I'll proceed to inserting the rope. I just inserted the rope. My rope is a bit big. I wanted it that way. You can make your rope tinier or smaller. And with that, we are done with the whole pattern. It came out really looking nice. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave me a good comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.